Hello, hello, it's Tash and Ro.
Welcome to or welcome back to It's Saturday, your personal self-care pod where you can escape the work week and unwind with your two besties.
No matter what day of the week it is, but for us,
It's Saturday. Mm-hmm.
Yay! We're back.
We missed you guys. It's been a minute.
Gosh. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You've been so busy.
We've been running around and finally we have time to record. We hope you liked our little mini episode.
I got some really good feedback from that. People really liked it. So
Me too. Yeah.
I think we'll have to keep doing it.
Yeah. We already have a few other ideas. So
yeah.
stay tuned.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my God,
you're
guys.
more tan than usual. You're always a tan goddess, but like even more so.
Got a lot of vitamin D, but no, it was okay. We have so much to talk about, guys. It's gonna be like a whole update.
Yeah. Okay, just buckle up. We gotta even rewind before we even left.
Yes,
We had a girls' night.
that I was like still on the fence of if I was gonna go to, because you know when you're like planning a trip and like the few days before the trip you have all your appointments and all of the things leading up, and then you're like packing. I just like was like, am I gonna have time to be like hungover and blah 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 like on the Sunday, because I left Monday morning. So I was like, am I gonna have time? Got all my stuff done, and I was like, okay, I really want to like see you guys one last time before I leave and like have a fun night.
And there's like a lot of different like girls, like different like groups of girls were coming to join us, and like Vic was showing her new kitchen that she finally was all ready. So it was like a good girls' night too.
It was really fun
to make time for.
And it was a theme. It was wear your favorite color. And it was so funny because Vic was making a big deal about this theme. She's like, guys, you have to wear a color, like black and white doesn't count. We walk into this girl's house and she's wearing like the most faint purple that looks like white.
Looks like white. No, she opened the door and I'm like, you're wearing fucking purple. She's, oh no, you're wearing fucking white. She's like, no, this is purple. Just wait to the other lighting. I'm like, what do you mean? It was literally white.
Oh my God. But she looked great. And yeah, no, it was a fun night. I was so hungover the next day, like dying. And just the thought of like leaving the day after was giving me so much anxiety. I was like, you know when you have like stuff to do, but you just like don't want to do anything.
Oh
you
yeah, I just want to chill.
And I had my nail appointment.
Oh my God, no. I've
Guys.
never done nails hungover. I feel like this is one of the worst things in the world.
Guys, I was literally dreading this nail appointment like it was death. I kept calling and pushing it back, but it was Sunday. So they were like, this is the last time you can call. Because I was like, it was at like 12. Then I moved to 1. Then I moved to 2.
Oh
and they
my
were like,
gosh.
if you don't
They
come
already hate you before you walked in the door.
they were like, if you don't come at 2, like you can't come. And I was like, okay. And I was like, literally like, should I just not get them done?
Yeah, you were contemplating.
I was like, I'm gonna regret it. So I got them done, and let me tell you, it was the worst experience I've ever had getting my nails done ever. Because not only did I was like deathly hungover, the guy that was doing them, for some reason, I just
Ronald?
thought, yeah,
Raymond.
Because
he's like, everybody loves Raymond.
yeah, everybody, you know who it is. He was. First of all, he calls you baby as soon as you walk in, and I was like, I'm offended. Don't call me baby. He's like, hi baby, come sit here, baby. And I'm like, ugh. And I'm like hungover. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Anyway, and then I never speak up when like they're doing my nails, even if it's like the worst job ever. I'm not one to be like, it looks bad. Like I'll just not say anything. I don't know what got into me this time. I was like, the guy was filing my nails. Like I was getting like tips put on, and he was like filing them, and they looked weird. So I was like, this one looks a little off. Like I literally said that to him.
Yeah.
He was so offended that first of all, then his nail filing got really aggressive, and he goes, you don't trust my work? Your question.
Oh my God, it's so awkward.
It was like I questioned his livelihood. He was like, what are you saying that you don't trust me? I've been doing this for 20 years, like da 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 da. And then I'm like, oh my God, why did I say something?
Like, why? Make it stop.
I had my headphones in because I was like, I can't be bothered to talk to anyone. I just want to like listen to like Giggly Squad and just like relax. He was trying to talk to me at one point, and I was so like zoned out that then he goes, hello. And I'm like,
I'm done.
Oh my God. So then
you're not going back. You have to find a new nail
salon. I literally booked an appointment for next Thursday. And I was just like, don't give me Raymond on the phone. But I couldn't, because it was actually Raymond who picked up the phone today when I called for the appointment. I was about to be like, don't give me the guy, but it was him. And
you know,
they
would tell him that though.
Yeah.
If you said that, they said, if you said, don't give me Raymond, they would immediately tell him.
Oh my God. Anyway, so then I tell him that. Then he's trying to talk to me. I can't hear him. He goes like this, like in front of my face.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh God. And then he goes, I'm trying to talk to you. And I'm like, oh God, this is like literally
You're like,
just
well, don't.
I literally was like, just get me home. Like I was so done with it. But anyway,
Oh
they
my
look
God.
great.
They do
It was
look
worth-
great. Honestly, yeah. Last time I went too, I showed him a picture of what I wanted, and then he did it,
Yeah.
like the shape, and it was definitely like an almond shape, so it was kind of long. And I was like going like this, and then I'm like, like no, it's too long. And he's like, well, do you want almond or do you want long, or like do you want short? Because like almond has to be long, so do you want round? And I'm like, just a little shorter, please, sir. Like I'm so sorry, but
it's like, yeah, you never want to speak up, and then when you do,
they get
like
so mad at you.
they get so mad at you, and you're like, hello.
I mean, it's pretty expensive, so like,
Yeah.
you gotta tell them what you want.
No,
you gotta
I
tell them.
was like, you know what? I never speak up, and I'm gonna just do it this time. But
I'm going
immediately,
on Thursday.
yeah,
I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I might just do like a French tip.
I love that.
Yeah.
French Chrome is also really in, but yeah, yeah.
Chrome is like another $15. I'm never doing Chrome again. I did Chrome, and halfway through the Chrome, he's like, okay, honey, that's another $15. I'm like, okay, Raymond,
Take my money.
just take my money.
Oh my God, no, it was dreadful. But then the next day we went to Costa Rica, so it was better. And Costa Rica was a lot of fun. I had my conference the first day, so we traveled the first day. The second day, woke up early, had my presentation that afternoon, so it was good to get it out of the way.
I feel like you're really lucky. You always have it right away.
I was literally about to say that. Like, I feel like every conference I've been to, I've always been on the first day.
Do you sign up for that?
No.
Or just random?
Just a
you
lucky
could literally
girl.
be on the last day, the last moment.
Literally.
Lucky girl.
Lucky girl. And it sucks being on the last day because everyone leaves. It's like people's flights are usually on the last day. So like it just trickles down. Like the last day, there's not that many people.
Oh, that's kind of like demotivating.
It's kind of annoying. But anyway, I presented, had 2 more days of the conference. My mom was so funny to travel with. Like she's so chill to travel with, which I love. And it was good for someone bringing someone for a conference.
Yeah.
She just had no expectations. She was having her
Just
own
here
time.
for a good time.
She's super social. So I would leave her alone and I would come back and she would have friends. And I'm like, who are these people?
They're like, I'll be like, oh, Farida, you're so funny. You're the best. You're
Dude.
like, Mom, what?
One of the days I like go to the conference and then we had like a midday break. And so I met her up with her at the pool, but I was like wearing my like conference stuff. She was just sitting by the pool. She has a baby in her hand. I'm like, whose baby is this?
You don't just give like a stranger your baby like this. Your mom is making connections like really fast.
Dude,
this is crazy.
This guy, his wife was at the conference with me and he was just there. He has a 2-month-old. It's his first child. And he was
oh my
like,
God, that's a baby.
And he was struggling. Like this baby apparently was crying for 45 minutes by the pool. And my mom walks over and she goes, you look like you don't know what you're doing. Like literally, that's what she said.
Dead.
He told me the whole story. He goes, you look like you don't know what you're doing. Give me the baby. Like literally just
He's
like that.
please.
He's like, please take the baby.
Yeah, help me.
So he like hands over the baby to my mom, which is first of all like kind of a red flag. Don't give a random lady your baby, but like whatever. Anyway, then my mom's like, your baby's hungry. Like, do you have like milk? So she starts feeding the baby. Baby falls asleep in like 5 seconds. I walk in. This was all after I walk. Then I walk in. The baby's asleep in my mom's hand, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, whose baby is this? The guy was like, thank you so much. Where will you be tomorrow? Like,
wow.
I need to
Can I
find
hire you?
It was a whole thing.
The
I'm
baby whisperer. You sent me a snap of her holding this random baby. I'm like, that was not on my bingo card for your vacation, but I'm so happy that happened.
And then the lady whose baby it was like found me in the conference. She goes, my husband told me that your mom was with my baby. I just want to say thank you. Like, is our firstborn and like da da da.
Dude, shout out to them for like being like, let's bring our 2-month-old to a conference in Costa Rica. Like that's probably really like you just had your first baby. You barely know what you're doing at home, let alone like
Bringing a baby.
traveling. So
I know. Shout out to all the
them.
moms that are like traveling with infants and babies, because I was literally looking on the flight too, and it's very difficult. You have to bring so much stuff.
And on my anxiety, if my baby started crying, I would just feel so bad and be so embarrassed, even though I know maybe I'll feel different when I'm actually a mom, but like right now I just feel like I'd be like, oh my God, like I'm so embarrassed, I feel so bad, like my baby won't stop crying, like there's nothing I can do, like that would just be like my worst nightmare.
No, 100%. Meanwhile, I was sitting on the flight on the way back. We'll get to my trip in a second, but I have to get this off my chest. This guy was sitting behind me and I'm feeling like not kicking, but like tapping on the back of my head. And I'm like, what is going on? We had screens. So then I'm like, what is he doing?
He's playing a game?
Was playing a game. he was like a middle-aged man.
Minesweepers?
Yeah. It was like Tetris or something. I don't know. Middle-aged man. He is hitting the thing so hard. And I was like, I can't put up with this for the whole flight. So I literally take off my headphones, turn around, I go, excuse me, hi.
I'm the girl in front of you that you're getting a concussion.
Literally, I can't see because you've hit me so many times that. I was like, hi, can you, if you're playing a game, can you just like tap lightly? He was so embarrassed. Like, I've never seen a man that embarrassed. He was like, oh my
I think
God.
guys don't realize how loud they are, like with walking and like hand movements, like tapping like that. Like, men are strong and loud.
Guys don't understand like their surroundings. Like, they're just like, they are just not spatially aware sometimes of what's happening around them.
Also, who's playing games on a fucking airplane?
Dude.
I mean, I played like a game if I'm like with Matt and we're like doing like something together maybe, but like.
No. He was by himself. I was like, stop.
Play a game on your phone like a normal person.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
So weird. Oh my God. But yeah, like that was fine. On the way there though, it was amazing because we were sitting and we had no one sitting beside us. It was like one of those 3.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, thank God.
Wait, did you get upgraded too?
So this is the thing. On the way there, I was like, what is happening? Like, you know, when like everything is just going right when you're traveling.
Yeah.
So we get there. We have like 2 hours to kill at the airport because I'm just one to always get there so early. And then it's like, wait, it's the Ottawa airport and there's literally nothing to do.
Better early than late.
Yeah. My mom was like, I think my stepdad, like my stepdad's credit card gets us into the lounge. But I was like, probably not. But she was like, no, I think so. Like, I think I have something. And she like shows me her phone. And I look, I'm like, wait, yeah. Like, this is legit. So then we literally walk up to the lounge. We're like, hi, and like show them the little pass. They're like, yeah, here you go. And I'm like, already? I'm like, thanks, Mom. Like, what the heck?
Free food, free drinks.
Free food, free drinks. And then we get to our first flight, which is Ottawa, Toronto. And it's literally these massive seats. They're recliner. They look like first class seats.
Yeah.
So I'm like right at the front. So I'm like, did I get upgraded? Like, thank you so much.
God.
And me and my mom weren't sitting together. It was only a 45-minute flight, but I was like, whatever. So I'm thinking I just got upgraded. Like, I'm like, I can't see the
like,
seats
sorry,
behind
Mom,
me.
Bye.
Like, I'm like, bye. I'm living my best
45.
life. Then I'm talking to the guy beside me. He goes, no, this is like, it's one of their Air Canada's private jet line that's used for like, I don't know, the basketball team or like the hockey team to like get to games. They like rent out this thing instead of like a actual private jet. It's like under Air Canada.
Okay.
So that's why it was so bougie. It was just like all the seats were the same.
But you just happened to get this one?
If they just happened to have maybe like flown it for like a game and then they just already had it. So they had to bring it back to Toronto.
That's so cool.
It was so random. I was like, I've never heard of this before. But yeah, no, all the seats were like massive. So if you ever get to go on, I don't know what the name is, but I can look it up. It was really cool.
I am still manifesting the day I get upgraded to first class. It's never happened to me.
It's going to be Italy. So I heard the other day, someone was talking about this on a podcast, that the best way to get upgraded is you show up to the flight with a box of donuts for the flight staff. And you just say, this is for you guys, like for all the flight attendants, whatever. Apparently that is like the number one way to get upgraded, because usually what happens is they'll have an empty seat and they'll be like, oh, thank you so much. And then they'll bring you up.
So like just go to Tim Hortons,
yes,
get a pack of Timbits.
Get a pack of Timbits, get like snacks and just be like, this is for you guys. Thank you so much.
So this is my wedding dress.
Yeah, literally. We should do that for Italy. We should just like get like something and then just be like, hey, here's some Timbits. Like maybe something better than Timbits.
I know. Maybe bring, but you can't even bring other donut. Like it would have to be from the airport.
No, it wouldn't. If it's not,
you can bring like Suzy Q through security.
Yeah.
Really?
As long as it's not liquids.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
We should do that.
I'm done. Let's try it out.
We're gonna get upgraded. No, but overall, like Costa Rica, beautiful. We started out in San Jose. San Jose is more of like a city vibe, but there is like 30 minutes away, we went on this really cool hike that was like up this mountain. Okay, guys, I thought this hike was gonna be like a pretty simple hike. It said on the description that it was like relatively easy.
Yeah.
We get there and the guy's like, oh, okay, there's a 5-kilometer option and 9-kilometer. And I'm like, 5 kilometers, like that seems pretty, like I've done a 5K hike and it's not that long, like it should be fine. When it's 5K uphill and it's 30 degrees, like
so hard. Thank God you didn't pick the 9.
So literally we start this hike and it's one of those ones where you start, you can't really go backwards. So we start and my mom goes, how many kilometers are we? I'm like 0.5. Like we've barely made it. And she goes, uh-oh. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then I'm like, give me all of our bags. So I'm holding all of our bags.
Oh my gosh. Good thing you do 12-3-30 to prepare you for this. This is what you've been training for.
So I literally have like a backpack, all my bags. My mom's I'm just like, you just got to get to the top. Yeah. And she's like not very physically active, but she like, I don't know, she's like inherently like fit, but she's not like training. She's not doing
5-kilometer hikes every other day.
So it was a struggle. By the end, I was like her coach. I'm like, you got this. We're going to make it to the top. It was so hot that towards the end, we were both so thirsty. We had ran out of water because my mom was chugging.
It's like Survivor. And she's not rationing the water.
I go, you got to take baby sips. We're only at 1.5 kilometers. We got to make it to
we're going to die on this hill if you still ration the water.
And she literally goes, can you call someone to come get us? I go, what? A helicopter? Who am I going to call? Like, anyway, so then we finally get to the top and we were so dehydrated that my mom thought she was hallucinating. There was a bar at the top and she literally goes, I'm so thirsty that I think I see a bar. And I was like, no, it's literally a bar.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
they did that.
So it was like literally a bar. You get to the top and we just both got like a Coca-Cola because we just wanted like an ice cold Coca-Cola.
Yes. And then do you have to go back down yourself or is there a gondola?
No, we went back down, but it was like all downhill. It's the uphill that was really tough. The downhill was fine.
Downhill is just sneaky hard on your knees.
Yes. Yeah. But anyway, we made it. I was super proud of her. She was like hated me the whole time, but when we were done, she was like, I actually enjoyed so bad. She was like swearing me. I was like, you fucking bitch. You brought me on this stupid ass hike. And I was like, by the end, she was like, I love you. This is so much fun.
I'm just happy to be alive. We're both alive. I love you so much. Is this the hike? Okay, I have to tell this story. It was so funny when I opened up this snap from you. And it's like it spells out Costa Rica, you guys. So there's like COS whatever. It spells Costa Rica, but it's missing the I. And Romina sends our group chat a snap being like, someone stole the I. Like, you guys.
I was like, guys, this is so ghetto. Like, this is supposed to be a really nice hike, and like someone stole the I.
And then I open this and they're dying laughing, and people already responded and be like, no, like it's one of those things where you're supposed to stand and be the fucking
But I didn't get those until after because I was like sending them as like without internet.
You go and like file a police report.
Yeah.
Like, so just so you guys know, you are missing the letter I on the top of the hill.
I literally send it, then I go my mom stands there. She goes, take a photo of me. And I'm like, oh,
that's what it is. That was so
I felt so
funny.
dumb, but that was that was the hike. That was the freaking hike.
Oh my god,
I was like literally losing it by the end, but it was so much fun, and it was like a good hard like way to start the trip because it was kind of like at the beginning of our trip, and then we got to just relax. And then we ended up at xoxo, which is like by the coast and beautiful beaches. The sand was black there, which I've never seen.
I've never seen that.
Black sand.
Were people surfing?
People were surfing. The waves were really cool. The water, like the ocean water, was so hot because it was so warm. Like all the pools felt like jacuzzis.
Okay, yeah, that's what happened when we were in the Bahamas. Like it was like hot bath water everywhere. It was
like
crazy.
I was like, I want a cold
pool. Just want to be fucking cold.
But like all the pools were like literally bath water, and I was like, this isn't the vibe. And then we would jump in the ocean, and it would still be warm. Yeah, but no, overall super fun. Definitely recommend going to Costa Rica. A lot of like wildlife, like there was like monkeys, there was like cool like different birds. I don't even know what they're called, but they were like red, and
oh my god,
there was like a lot of wildlife. Yeah,
that's
it was really cool. Yeah,
your pictures were so nice.
Yeah, overall it was a fun trip because I haven't gone on a trip with just my mom and like I can't remember since like we were kids. So
and you taught her how to swim.
Yes. So my mom's always been like deathly scared of water. Like since she was a kid, she just was always scared of water. And then when I was a child, I like almost drowned. It was like a very traumatic thing that she had to jump in the water to try to save me.
She hates water.
So she just hates me. Water. I was like, she hates me.
She hates me because I traumatized her, and now she doesn't know how to swim.
She hates the water. But this trip, like, I don't know if it was like the hike that she felt like she could do anything. But she was like literally in the water, like kind of like swimming. Obviously it wasn't like deep, but she was like kind of swimming. Like she was trying to swim. And I was like, I was so proud of her because usually she wouldn't even like try to do that. She would just kind of like put her feet in or kind of get in, but she was like fully in the water. She was like getting under the water. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah. So it was a whole ordeal, and it was like really like touching. So I was like, finally you kind of, and she got in the ocean with me. Like it was a whole thing.
Man, that would be so sad to like be around an ocean and not like feel like safe to go in it. 100%. So I'm glad she got to experience that.
But I think us too is like it's such a privilege to know how to swim.
Yeah, honestly, I never had swimming lessons, but I still like just grew up enough around like someone in the family would have a pool or a friend would have a pool that I knew how to swim. But yeah, I feel like people take that for granted a lot.
Yeah, like my dad just taught us, like we didn't go to like swimming lessons. My dad just taught us how to swim, but it was one of those things where because my mom was so scared of water, he made it very important for us to like know how to swim from the beginning. And like we both are good at swimming, but it's just like a privilege that you don't think about. Like obviously we're going to teach our kids how to swim, but a lot of people don't know how to swim.
Dude, whenever I see those videos of like them teaching babies how to like flip over and not drown, like that's the most stressful shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
They literally just throw the baby in the fucking water.
Go.
And then the baby's just like fluttering and turns itself over, which is amazing. But I'm like, how do you teach someone to do that? And also, why is that your job?
Yeah.
Who like wakes up and is like, I want to teach
throw a baby in the water today
how to swim? Like, I'd be so stressed.
No.
Like, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. No. But the baby classes are so cute. Watching like the mom baby, like
those are cute.
Those are so cute.
When they're not throwing them like so aggressively. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? Someone's paying you to do that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so funny. Also, I walked by a few Subways in Costa Rica, and I was like, "This is so on brand."
Have gotten one.
No, I didn't get one because there was such good food there. I'm like, I'm not gonna eat fucking Subway.
They must have like special subs though.
They have like crazy subs where it was like there was a lot of corn on the subs. They had like a shrimp sub where it was like full shrimp.
This is like when I lived in Korea. Corn was on every pizza and potatoes, and you would go to McDonald's there and they would have shrimp burgers.
Yeah,
it's just so different everywhere. These like classic like brands and restaurants, but just their own little spin on it.
Yeah, I thought it was so cool. Like
shrimp
and there was like almost kind of like a burrito sub. Like their subs just looked cool and like different. Their bread also looked different. Like everything just looked different, but it was Subway.
They probably still have honey oat.
Yeah.
Farzad's probably pissed you didn't try their meatball sub.
Oh my God. But no, overall super fun. One thing I did do this trip, because I was like, you know what, I'm one of those people that like I always try to like check out right when it's like if checkout's at 11, I'm like, okay guys, like 10:45 we gotta be checked out. This trip, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to check out until...
Oh my God, what? I'm stressed.
I was like, I'm not going to check out until like...
11:02.
No, a little bit later, okay? I'm just going to wait until like the maid comes and then check out. Because I was like, screw it. And let me tell you, no one was like knocking on my door. No one was like, get out of the room.
And you didn't get charged extra?
Didn't get charged. And they were almost like, oh, checked out? Okay. Like, so I feel like we should start doing that more often.
Yeah. What time did you leave at?
So the checkout was... at 12, and I didn't like actually check out till 1.
Wow.
And no one said anything, and I was like, here are the keys, like bye.
Damn.
Yeah, so I feel like we need to start doing that.
Yeah,
it's also like the same energy as like when they call like what zone it is for a flight. After zone 3, it's fair game. Like I think so zone too. 3 to zone 5, bitch. If I'm in zone 5 and you're in zone like 2
I'm just gonna try.
3,
I'm just gonna shoot my shot.
I'm just gonna go because I did that at every flight we had, and no one was like, "Ooh, you're zone like 5."
No,
you know,
only like a severe nerd would do that.
Yeah. So we're just gonna do that.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It sounds so fun, and you got to be in the hot sunshine where I feel like it turned into winter here while you were gone again.
Got back and I was like, wait,
like it started snowing again. It just was like, not a vibe.
It was not a vibe.
Not a vibe.
What have you been up to? What have you been?
March break, I was solo dog momming it for a bit because Matt was also in the sunshine. He went to a wedding, a family friend's wedding. Obviously, I couldn't go because of my job. Absolutely devastating. So I was home alone until like Tuesday, like late Tuesday. Well, actually, I guess late Monday, early Tuesday morning. Okay. Matt's flight was supposed to get in at midnight. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I told you this. His flight was supposed to get in at midnight. He got delayed until 2 a.m. with Flair. Okay. But I guess he pressed like insurance. He paid an extra $30-$50, whatever it was. He got his whole flight refunded. So his whole trip, the flight completely refunded just because it was 2 hours late.
Like on the way back, his whole flight was refunded.
Like everything was refunded. Yeah.
Oh my God. But did you hear about this I thought you were going to give me a different story. Did you hear about this whole Flair thing in Mexico?
No.
So a bunch of Canadians booked Flair to go to Mexico, and they canceled all their flights, and these guys didn't get the insurance, and they were stuck there for like 2 days.
Oh my God.
But also just buy a new flight. Yeah. Like, just take the L and like pay the $1,000 to get. I'm not staying in the airport for 2 days.
No.
Like there's just no way.
No, you have to get back.
No.
But maybe what if they couldn't? What if their credit cards are already maxed out? What if they didn't have like
The money
to do it, and they're just fucked.
Yeah, that's why you always have to book flights on a good credit card with good like flight insurance. That's what I've realized, because like the airlines will screw you over.
Oh, we've learned that time and time again. Yeah. So that was nice. I barricaded the doors like every night because I just like hate being home alone.
Yeah,
slept with like a hammer beside my pillow. So like, if you're listening to this and you ever are thinking of breaking into my house, don't, because I sleep with a hammer when I'm home alone.
Oh my gosh.
But then Matt got back and we decided to do like a little date night.
Love that.
Went to our favorite spot, Aroma Meze. Guys, if you haven't been, you have to go. We've talked about it a million times on the pod, but Aroma Meze, tapas, Greek Mediterranean, like every dish that we had was our favorite dish.
And
like,
actually the cocktails are really reasonably priced. They're like $9.
No,
which you literally cannot find a cocktail these days. I'm sorry, but
I'm sorry, but
we went to Joey's and it wasn't a happy hour, and I got the like supersonic whatever things, and it was like $18 each. I did not realize that they were $18. Then it's not happy.
Usually they have happy hour late night. I guess I don't know. Like usually they just don't do it like in the summer because the summer is so crazy, but they have always done like a late night happy hour. That was so devastating.
I know.
To have like $150 bill for like 4 drinks.
No,
I'm like, pardon?
literally.
Yeah. So we checked out there. What else was I doing? I was crushing Southern Charm. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Craig.
What season did you start with? So you
Okay,
watched.
so first I watched the most recent season.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I need to go back and watch all of this.
Okay.
So I went back to season 3 because I was like, you know what? I don't really want to start from the beginning. But now I'm on season 5 or 6. And I just have to say, the reason why I love Craig so much is because they're so fucking mean to him and make fun of him so much for like trying to follow his dreams. And I know he was like a little bit like, he was kind of a little bit sloppy here and there, like just like a little bit like unmotivated. But like he followed his dreams and he did eventually like start to work really hard. And I just love that his pillow company is now so successful.
Yes.
And all they did was chirp his pillow company.
I need to go back and watch it because I haven't watched those seasons.
Oh
All I saw was like him.
It's good.
Yeah. So I need it. But even just watching Southern Charm, I already like him more than I did not watching it. Because his impression of like, the first impression I got was Winter House. And I was like, this guy sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to watch Winter House too.
Yeah.
I want to get all angles.
All the angles. Yeah.
Okay, another thing I did that was really cool that I had never done before is I went to a running group.
I saw that. We haven't even talked about that. Tell me about it.
So there's a couple in Ottawa. Like I had already known about Ottawa City Run Club that does their runs Tuesday evenings. But then there was this one that Shauna showed me, and it's called Slowpokes. And they have one in like every city, I found out. There's one in Toronto, Vancouver, like all over. So we met up with them on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and we just ran 5K like around the canal.
Oh my God. And
Yeah.
everyone was at different speeds, or you guys tried to stay together, or like
Me and Shauna tried to stay together. We actually took it as an opportunity to practice like talking while we're running, because that's really good for you to like keep your heart rate down, be able to talk like at a certain pace.
Okay.
So we just chatted the whole time, and yeah, some people were going fast, some people were going really slow. It was funny because we were literally, obviously we were early. We were like the first ones there by like 10 minutes, and we were kind of like, is this the right spot? Like, is anyone going to come to this? And then literally like within 5 minutes, there was like maybe like 50 to 60 people there.
That's so cool.
It was really cool.
And it's just free. Like anyone can come.
Yeah. It's free. Anyone can go. And I would 100% recommend, like, if you're new to running, or if you want to like, it's probably a really good way also to just like meet people with like similar interests than you.
Yeah.
You know, if you're like aren't the type to like go out to a club and like don't really want to like feel like partying, just like go to a run club.
Running
and meet
club.
People.
Oh
So
my
everyone
God.
was super nice, and people brought their dogs.
I love that.
Yeah,
Oh my
it was really
God.
cool.
And you signed up for your race?
Oh my God, guys. I signed up for my half marathon.
That's so fun.
Blech. Let me tell you how expensive this shit is. Did I tell you the price?
No, I don't think
Okay,
so.
guess.
Like, okay, so Farzad is doing like a cycling race. It was 70 kilometers. I think he paid $50.
Cute. That's
more?
so cute.
$100?
$200.
$200?
$200, and I don't even get a effing t-shirt. Literally, I don't get anything.
Do you get robotic legs? Like, why is it $200?
It was like $150-$60, and then like the point of it is to raise money, so you have to make a donation. So I made a donation to the Humane Society. It was my choice, but it literally donated like $25, you guys. And
so wait, the $200 is going to who?
Like the race, I guess, like because it's the biggest like race in Canada.
Oh, I guess they have to hire people.
It's like this whole big thing. Like we'll see once we're there, but yeah, they have to hire, I think like vendors or just like, I don't know. I think it's mostly volunteer based. So I don't know about hiring people. A lot of money goes to the charities that people are raising for, but it's also the 50th anniversary this year for this race weekend. So they were also, the thing is too, they literally try and sell you so many things along the way for you to get to like booking out your ticket. Like I'm just scrolling and it's like, do you want to buy these shoes? Do you want to buy like these stickers for the 50th anniversary? And at first I was like, oh, these stickers are cute. Like maybe I'll put on my water bottle. And it was like $20 for these stickers. And I'm like,
do you want to click our Amazon storefront and use our code link? Like,
literally.
What is this? Are you guys influencers? Like, what is going on?
I'm also like paying to abuse myself. Like I'm going to be like dying the entire time, but I'm excited. It's gonna be super fun. Training's been going really well. So yeah, guys, catch me at the race weekend.
Dude, it's crazy to me that you like decided to do this 10K, did it, and now you're gonna do half marathon. Next is probably gonna be marathon.
Oh my god, I don't know, man.
So half marathon's 20 kilometers?
21 kilometers.
21 kilometers. That's crazy.
That's crazy. The furthest I've ran is like 12. So
oh my god, like I barely can do 5K. I'm like,
yeah, like the goal is to just survive. And actually the true goal is to do it under 2 hours. Okay. So that's around a 5 minute and 40 second pace, 5:39 pace.
Jesus.
So I feel like that, I don't know.
You're like, I can do it.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
So proud of you. That's like really, really incredible. And like, it's just, you're never too old to like try something new and like sign up for stuff. Like, oh, truly. Literally, like I feel like I'm definitely in the best shape I've ever been, and I'm the oldest I've ever been. So
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Me too.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of funny that way. Yeah.
Like,
I don't plan on stopping either.
No.
So
like I definitely wasn't that fit when I was in my like
early
like
20s?
18, 19. I was like not fit.
I wasn't working out at all.
Like
I was just
zero.
lucky that I had like good genetics and high metabolism. Yeah. But like that shit doesn't last forever. And even if it does, it's like you want to be healthy on the inside too, not just look good on the outside.
Exactly.
Like I don't think I could ever actually get fat because my metabolism is just so high. But like if I eat like shit, like the inside of me is gonna feel so bad.
No, 100%.
Can't do that.
100%.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I'm glad that you. Okay, tell me about this like trauma thing too.
Guys, I have a crazy story for you. So I go back to work after March break, and I had like actually got a little bit sick the end of March break, which was ironic because I literally didn't do anything and I was just like running and sleeping and waking up early, but I got a little cold. So that week I was just really looking forward to us going to the cottage on Friday because I was like, you know what, it's been, first week back, I got a little sick. I had to even take a sick day. I just want to go to the cottage. I want to chill. I want to ski. My ski weekends are limited now. I literally have like 1 or 2 left. So get me to the cottage. Rush home. I'm already packed. Matt and I go to like say hi to his mom, pick up some food because she wasn't coming this weekend. And we hit the road. We're literally an hour out on the highway on the 50. And we're watching the Call Her Daddy podcast with Megan Fox. We have our phone like on the dashboard and it just starts like shaking violently, like vibrating. And I'm like, what's going on? Is my phone vibrating? Like, is it the road? Like the road's really shitty. So we're like, oh, maybe we need to switch lanes and this road is just bumpy. We switch over and it doesn't stop. Our car is just like fully shaking. And then a light comes on. I think it was the EPC light. And so we pull off the highway and we were almost going to stop like as we pulled off, but we're like, you know what, let's go see if there's a safer spot, like a parking lot or something. And ironically, there was an auto shop, but it was closed, but it had a parking lot. So we pull over into this auto shop, turn off the car, call Richard. That's the first thing we do. Literally, in any crisis,
call Richard.
The first thing is like, okay, gotta call Richard.
Even I'm like, can I call Richard? Like, can I have his number?
He always knows what to do. I literally like cannot live my life without this man because... He just
knows how to do everything.
Yeah, he's my 911.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then it's like, you know what? We probably have to call a CAA. The irony of this is literally our CAA just renewed 3 days before this automatically. And we haven't used it yet. So we literally were like, do we need CAA? Like, should we renew this? Like, well, it's already renewed, but like, should we cancel it now after this? And we're like, no, whatever. We'll just keep it. Thank God we kept it because literally who's calling CAA 5 days later? Us.
Oh my God, everything happens for a reason. That's crazy.
So we call CAA. They tell us it's going to be up to an hour to get picked up. And we're like, okay, that's not too bad. Like, do we need to coordinate a ride? Like, what's the situation? Like, it's me, my partner, and like we have a dog. And they're like, okay, well, you guys can fit in the truck probably. And if the driver doesn't want the dog in the truck with you guys, then he can just stay in the car while it gets towed. And we're like, okay, perfect. Sounds good. Like, not ideal. Obviously, don't want Stark like in the car alone. But I'm like, you know what? If it gets us to point A to point B, it's fine. Also, we did not bring a leash for Stark because we were just going to the cottage and he has his own leash there. So we never stop on the way to the cottage, or if we do, Stark stays in the car. So we're like, we don't need a leash. So Stark doesn't have a leash. So we try to like take him out to go pee, and like literally we're by the fucking like highway, like holding the harness. I'm like, this is terrible. Yeah. So we wait in the car. Matt's friends are like, do you need a ride? And we're like, no, we're good. CAA shows up. The first thing this man says to us is, so where's your ride?
You goes, you, sir, what am I paying you for?
I'm like, like, you're my ride. Are you not going to drive us? And he's like, well, I can't fit both of you. I can't fit your dog. Like, I can take one of you. And I was like, no, the lady on the phone said you could take both of us and like our dog could stay in the car. And he's like, that lady's an idiot. Like, would you want to stay in the car? Like, do you think it's safe for your dog to be in the car? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I don't know what the rules
are. The lady told me it was fine.
Yeah.
And I literally even was like, I have $50 cash on me. Can you just take me and the dog and he can sit on my lap? And he said, nope, your dog's going to obstruct my view. Like, absolutely not. I'm like, but we don't even have a leash for our dog.
Oh my God, this guy was a cat person.
He's a cat person. Sure. I know. This guy, also, he rolls up. It's like 7 p.m. at this point. He's wearing Viper sunglasses. I'm like, where's the sun, bro? Like,
where's the sun? I know exactly what type of. He was drinking Tim Hortons coffee. He probably had a pack of like.
He's like, I can drop you off at the Tim Hortons. I'm like, and then what?
And then go get me a box of Tim Hortons.
Then what? Then my dog with no leash is gonna be chilling at Tim Hortons. Anyway, so then this is what's really funny. So Eric Patterson, our coach, was on standby, and he was like, yeah, let me know if anything does happen, We're like, okay, we need Eric to come get us now. So we call, goes to voicemail. So I'm like, okay, must be on D&D. Call again to go through, because that's the trick, right? You can call 2 times in a row. You can pass through D&D. Ring, 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 doesn't answer. Ring, ring, doesn't answer. Eric is just nowhere to be found at this point. So I'm like, okay, who's really good at rescuing people besides Richard? Eduardo. So
policeman.
I literally call Eduardo. I hit dial and then I immediately hang up because I just feel bad asking for help in the situation. I was like, no, it's fine. Like, Eric's going to answer. We'll figure it out. Eduardo texts me within 1.5 seconds being like, hey, I have a missed call from you. All good? I'm like, wow, bro, you're such a dad / RCMP officer.
He's such a dad. Eduardo is such a dad. Let me sidetrack. It was my birthday and my mom was there for my birthday, and she it was getting late and she was like, I'm gonna call an Uber. She calls an Uber. She's waiting by the front door of my house. Apparently the Uber is like coming. Eduardo literally goes up to my mom. Where are you going? She's like, oh, my Uber's here. I'm gonna go. He goes, I'm going to walk you to your Uber to make sure it's the right one. Yeah. Walks her to the Uber. Gentleman. Literally opens the door for her. My mom was like, he's such a gentleman. So this is just Eduardo for you.
Yeah. He's a Richard in training.
Yeah. He will be our 911.
Yeah. Anyway, so then I was like, yeah, like this situation. He's like, yeah, I'll be there in 30 minutes. Oh my God. I'm like, amazing. We walk Stark around this random neighborhood that we're nearby.
Wait, well, how are you walking him at this point?
Yeah. So literally we're walking him because, okay, also this tow truck guy's like, where are your tow hooks? And we're like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, there's no tow hooks at your car. Like, I don't have any. We're like, you're CAA. Why don't you have tow hooks?
Bro, we're giving you a 0 rating.
I'm like, what are we paying for?
What kind of Uber is this?
Literally 0 stars. So then he's like, well, maybe they're in the trunk. So we look in the trunk, like where the spare tire is under there. Thank God there's tow hooks in there. I don't even know what the frick that is, which also had a random rope with like a hook on it as well. So we're like, okay, well, this is Stark's new leash. So we're walking him around this neighborhood with like rope, like thick rope and a fucking hook.
Oh my God.
We walk him for a little bit, and then at this point it's starting to get cold. Like, it was cold, but now like the sun has set. Thank God for daylight savings, where we would have been fucked. And we're like ready to get picked up. And then Eduardo comes, and obviously Rhea sent him with snacks for us, treats for Stark, and a Coke Zero.
Oh my God, bless
So I'm like, this is the best day of my life now.
Thank you so much.
This went from the worst day of my life to the best day of my life. By the time all is said and done, by the time I get home, it's like almost 9 p.m. So we're like, you know what, like, we're not going to the cottage at this point. We're probably not going to go the next day, because it is an ordeal to like go up and come back the next day. It wasn't going to be that nice out. So all that to say,
we didn't go.
We did not go to the cottage.
But it's okay because I ended up seeing you Saturday.
Or we spent $1 million.
I was like, hey, guess who's not at the cottage? Guess who's not hanging out with me? Oh my God, no. But that's crazy. Oh my God. So like as if CAA.
Yeah, but you know what? It turned out, I know CAA sucks, but also will not be canceling my membership anytime soon. But I also think it just depends like who you get. I feel like we could have got a really nice guy and we just happened to get an asshole that is a cat person. Unfortunately,
a guy who was wearing a visor and some weird sunglasses. Weirdo. Oh my God. Okay, before we move on, I actually just remembered another, like, you know when crazy coincidences keep happening in your life?
Tell me them, I love them.
And you're like, what is going on? So obviously I'm in Costa Rica with my mom and I'm like using her makeup while we're there because I'm just like, oh, let me try these new products. And I'm like using her like face palette. It's like a bronzer, like a blush and a highlighter. And I'm like, oh, this is really nice. Like I want to get this for Italy. It's like a nice compact little thing. I go to look at what it's called on the back and it's literally called Off to Costa Rica. And I'm like, what?
That's
like,
so weird.
And this palette my mom's had for like a year, like over a year. And like before she even knew we were going on the trip, like she's not reading shit. She didn't know what it was called. And I was just like, did you know that it's called Off to Costa Rica? She's like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, literally it says Off to Costa Rica.
That's so weird.
I'm like, that's weird. Another crazy coincidence. I'm catching up on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm like all caught up. We're watching it every night. Like me and my mom were laughing. We go to the pool the next day. Who do we meet? People from Salt Lake City.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like Jen Shaw or something. I was like, oh my God. No. But that is still really weird. Why are they in Costa Rica?
But it was just like so random because like we just watched this show. The next day we're at the pool. We're like, where are you guys from? They're like, Salt Lake City. I'm like,
did you tell them you've been crushing the show?
And they go, we don't know what that is. I'm like,
oh my God, no way.
So I was like, well, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And they're like, they had no clue. They were like, Salt Lake City.
That's crazy.
Anyway, my mom's like, they're just screaming at each other the whole time.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, just like weird coincidences like that. And I'm like, whoa, weird.
Okay, speaking of these weird things, I saw this thing on TikTok and I just think it's so true. And I don't know if you can relate to this because it has to do with going to the gym, like back at like a real gym. I don't know like how long ago you had a gym membership, but there was this theory there. It's like every time you go to the gym, whether it's like, let's say you always go in the morning or you always go at lunch or at night. And let's say the random time you go like off your normal schedule, you still for some reason like see like the same like token people at the gym.
Oh my God.
And it's like, is this a simulation? Like, why are you seeing the same people no matter what time it is? Like, buddy's at the gym 24/7 or like there's just like,
oh my God, no, I so relate to that. I remember the Good Life, but I don't know if that Good Life is just like, you see people all the time. There was a few people we would see every single time we went, like, no matter what time of the day it was.
I'm just like, that's so, I can think of a few people where I'd always see them and I'd be like, why are you always here when I'm here? Like,
do you live here?
Do you live here or I am living a simulation and like they're just like copies of these people like at all times of the day?
Oh, so weird. There are moments like that where I'm like, are we in a simulation? Like that Off to Costa Rica went through me. I was like, what is going on?
That is really weird.
Oh, so fucking weird.
Speaking of throwing, tell me about how you threw the soccer ball into the net last night.
Guys, I was like,
oh my God.
It was one of those. Okay, so we had a soccer game last night. It was like my first one after being away for like a couple of games. And it was a really fun game. I don't know.
It was a fun one.
Like I felt like it was like the team was in high spirits. It wasn't a 10 p.m. game, which was nice. And at one point, it's like very crowded at the net, and Farza tries to score, but it doesn't go in, and then it kind of bounces back, and then I kick it. At that point, I'm like blacked out. Like, I don't know what happened. Okay, I don't know what I did. I just kicked the ball, and then Farza looks at me, he goes, you just scored. And I go, what? And then I'm like, I just start jumping up and down.
It's so funny because the same thing happened to me when I scored. It's like blackout. And I didn't even really know. I'm like, did that count? Like, and then Matt's like, yeah, bitch, that was a goal. I'm like, what?
Literally, I was like, I was like looking for someone to tell me. I was like, what happened?
That's so funny. And then like we are kind of far away because it's at the other end of the field, and we were like, oh my God, wait, was that Romina? And then I just see you start flailing and jumping out of excitement. I'm like, it was definitely Romina that scored that goal.
It was so funny. I'm like, I blacked out. What happened?
No, that was super fun. No, but I'm loving soccer.
Honestly, soccer is so fun. I love playing soccer.
Yeah, I'm excited to play outside again though, in like the actual like nice weather.
Yes,
but domes are fun.
Yeah, love it.
Should we jump into some random? Keep this random going. Where all these updates of random ass
so much stuff. Okay, I heard a little fact the other day that I feel like is so on par and like relevant
on
to
brand.
this on brand with what we do with this on this podcast, but they did like some research looking at like the effects of gossiping and just like gossip in general. So, and they actually found that gossiping, when it's true, like if you're just gossiping with your best friend about facts that are actually true and not just making up lies, it's actually good for you and your mental health, and like it's actually good for you. Yeah. So
for your like longevity and just
for
like
they found, so it was
de-stress.
So researchers at Stanford and the University of Maryland found that 1 hour per day of gossiping has a lot of social benefits because it creates bonds. It helps people decide who to associate with. It fosters cooperation. And it's only helpful if it's true gossip, like true things and not fake things.
So I feel like people on like reality TV shows, like that's like a little bit like more fake.
That's
I mean,
fake.
some of that shit's true, but it's just crazy. But some of it's like more fake gossip, where it's not just like talking about like facts and like real shit that's going on.
Exactly. Like it's not like, oh, so-and-so's, did you hear about so-and-so? And me and you were just chatting about that and it's real thing that's happening. Like that's gossip. It's true. And it's fostering connections.
It's fostering connections.
So don't feel bad about gossiping with your bestie, because sometimes it's good for you.
I think it's good for you.
Yeah.
100%. We're just going to live a long life and gossip till we're like 99.
Especially when you're gossiping about like celebrities that you don't know. Like,
oh my gosh, all the time. All the time. I feel like we missed that whole like Kate Middleton thing that went down too, which like had such a tragic turn of events. But I feel like the whole world was gossiping about that, and then it was just like this super sad bomb that got dropped on everybody.
I just like wish I could be a fly in the wall of like just seeing like what their like day to day looks like, of just like, okay guys, what are we gonna say? And like we have to film this. And she looked like she was in a simulation in that video where she was like, they just made it look very AI in my opinion. But I feel really bad for her, and I hope like everything's going okay.
I know. That was like not what I expected at all to happen.
Me too. Me too.
Okay, speaking on a lighter note, I thought this was so random and so funny, but did you watch the show Teletubbies when you were a kid? Of course.
I had a Teletubbies towel that I had like all of the Teletubbies, and then the sun was like in the middle.
Oh my gosh. Okay, speaking of the sun, so the sun was a baby, as we all remember, or if you don't, then you're too young to listen to this pod. But now, so the baby that was in the sun was a girl, and now she just had a baby.
Stop.
Yeah, a baby girl.
Oh my god.
So the Teletubby son's the baby now has a baby, so that just made me feel so fucking old. Because like, when I watched it, I was not a baby.
I was not a baby, and I don't have babies.
Yeah, well, we're like, I know she's probably in her like mid-20s.
Oh my god,
I know,
that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Dude,
Who was your favorite Teletubby?
Ooh, I liked the yellow one. What was that one? What are they all called?
Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, Poe. I liked Poe. I thought Lala was purple. No, Tinky Winky was purple. And there was a lot of drama
Lala
because
was yellow.
Lala was yellow.
Tinky Winky, yeah. I really like
that.
No,
Dipsy was yellow.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I remember the purple one got a lot of slack for having a purse.
Yeah.
Do you remember all that drama? They're like, Tinky Winky's gay because they have a purse. I'm like, that would not fly these days.
I remember they had those like bowls and they would like slurp up that stuff.
Yeah.
And I always wanted it. And I'm like,
they would press the machine and the pancakes would come down and shit.
God.
What was that shit
every show we watched, like if they were eating stuff, I'm like, ooh, what is that? I want to eat it. Like,
yeah. Oh, cartoon food always looks so good. Like a Krusty Krab burger from The Simpsons.
Even
delicious.
like the penguin show
Pingu,
and they would eat like fish. I'm like, yeah. Even though it was fish, I'm like, I want some of that fish.
No, I totally agree. Also, what were we watching? That and then Nana Land. Like, I can't. Life was a fever dream.
No, it literally was. Oh my god. Do you remember the show? This is also super random. Do you remember the show The Biggest Loser?
Okay, this is a show where people were overweight, and whoever lost the most weight won something.
Yes. So it was like each week they had to like, got these personal trainers, and they were like really scary. And then they would have to lose weight, and each week they would stand in front of a scale in front of all of their other contestants, and it would say like plus or minus, and it was like so embarrassing. And I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, this show would not fly now,
dude. So many shows. Remember like Extreme Makeover, where people were literally getting full on plastic fucking surgery because they're like, I'm fucking ugly and I don't do this, I don't do that. Like I want like liposuction, I want my eyes done, and people would be like bandaged up for like months, and like part of the show was like 6 months later because it takes so long to recover from this shit.
Yeah, I was literally thinking about like all the body positivity now. Like this show would just not fly. Like
no,
and it would be like counting down, and then it would just be like plus 5 pounds, and everyone would be like, oh, and then the host would be like, that sucks. Like
yeah, I can't remember if these people were like also like, would they be considered overweight now?
Yeah, they were
like they were actually overweight. Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't just like.
And like they were like tormenting them because they would be living in a house and they would have like junk food everywhere, but then they would also have like healthy food,
so they could decide what they wanted. That's so hard. Like just take it out or you're gonna eat it.
It's crazy. I'm like, this is actually crazy. I don't know.
That or America's Next Top Model too. Have you ever seen, guys, if you want to have a laugh, go on TikTok and search up like America's Next Top Model clips. So Tyra Banks, so savage.
Tyra Banks would literally look at you and be like, you're gonna go bald today. Like she would literally, when they were doing their makeover, she'd be like, we're gonna chop up all your hair today.
I know you love your long hair, and I know you've been saying like you just love it so much, but you know what, I think it's your security blanket, so we're gonna chop it all off,
and we're gonna give you bleached eyebrows. And yeah, like it was just crazy. I'm like,
they did some crazy ass shit.
Yeah,
and then they were just like so mean, and like just deciding who was going through the next round. Like they would really like,
I want to go back and watch it now.
Oh my god, go tonight. It's insane.
I'm rewatching. I'm like really on my Real Housewives kick because I was never really into it growing up, and now I'm like, oh my god, I have so much to watch.
I know, it's such a good feeling.
So then I'm watching it and like watching Yolanda talk about like Gigi and
Bella,
and I'm like, oh, it's kind of like icky. Like
it is super icky. Yeah, she's
like, oh, well, you got to eat healthy. Like they like their models thin in Milan, and I'm like, yeah, this is a little bit weird.
Have a salad. Yeah, have some lemon juice. Like, why are you dressing like a boy?
It's crazy. I'm like, this would not fly now.
Get a nose job at 14.
Oh my god, crazy.
Super crazy. I also learned another fact, guys. I know we all love our dogs on this pod, and I don't know about you, but like, yes, I would wash like Stark's dog bowls like every now and then, but I wouldn't wash them every single day. But then I came across like this fact on Instagram or TikTok about how their water bowl and food bowl are like one of the top 4 like germiest places like in the house, because they're like leaning over it, they're like licking it, like stuff from their fur like gets in there, like bacteria can grow.
And if you leave it outside, like sometimes we'll put our food bowl outside even, so then we always have them like, oh, we have to wash this. It's gross.
You should be washing it every single day. Yeah. Or it can like make them sick, or it can make them not want to eat their food. So I mean, I gotta admit, I didn't wash them every day, but now I'm trying really hard to remember to just scrub it every single day.
What we do, and it helps, like I'm still not doing it every single day, but every second day or something, I'll like throw them in the dishwasher, when we're doing our like load. At the end, we'll just toss them in and just do a load like that, because
100%. Because think, like, you wouldn't want to drink from the same cup every day that wasn't washed, or the same plate. Like, even though they lick it clean, I saw comments being like, why are you washing it? They lick it clean anyway. I'm like, yeah, but their tongue is disgusting, even though I let him lick my face whenever he wants. Yep. It's not good.
No, 100%. 100%. Okay. This was crazy. So have you heard that Walmart introduced self-checkout a few years ago now. Yeah. Since they introduced self-checkout, they've lost a lot of money because people just steal.
Everything's a banana.
Oops, I forgot to scan. Yeah. So they've lost a ton of revenue just because they introduced self-checkout. So now they can't just remove self-checkout. So what they've decided to do, and they're like introducing this thing called Walmart Plus, okay? Oh my God. Walmart Plus is going to be $98 a year. And what that comes with is the ability to use self-checkout.
Shut the fuck up.
So they are now charging people to be their own employee. Like, it does not make sense.
Is this in Canada?
This is in Canada and the US. They're starting this out. They're rolling it out. So if you want to start using self-checkout at Walmart, you're going to have to be part of Walmart Plus. I know it's really stupid, but yeah, I guess they want to essentially get rid of self-checkout, but in a way that it's like not getting rid of it. Do you know what I mean?
They need to hire more self-checkout police.
Yeah.
Like those people that bop around, they only have one person there. Like,
but you know what's funny? Someone wrote in the comments, they're like, so we pay $98 a year to steal $500. Like,
yeah. I was like, so you have to really make sure you're getting your bang for your buck here.
Yeah, like this is crazy.
That's insane. But yeah, I could definitely see like probably so many people
take
stuff from self-checkout. I've never done that.
No.
I've never paid for avocados as bananas.
Never. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we just scratched the surface today, guys.
We have so much stuff. Okay, last thing actually before we wrap up.
Yes.
Is you know how our new motto is just ask?
Oh my god, I love this.
Now we have a new edition. It's going to be just post.
Just post.
Because I was in bed and I made a TikTok and I was like, this is kind of stupid, but whatever. I'm just going to post it and go to sleep. And now it's at 1.8 million views.
This is such the classic, like post video, goes to bed, wakes up, goes viral. You're just like, wait, that was the video? Like,
and I was like, I could have done my hair. Like, I could have looked better for this video, but it is what it is.
You said it really well. You're like, Gen Z really likes like the
raunchy
kind of messy look.
I was wearing my Kirkland sweater, so it was very on brand.
It was authentic.
Yeah.
Just post, guys.
Just
post the TikTok, post the X, post the tweet, whatever the frick. Just post the video. Post it.
Yeah, do it. Okay, we love you guys.
We'll see you in a week.
Okay.
Bye.